Hello and welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick with the City of Hampton. And today we're going to talk about Camp Fury, which we've examined before, but it is a firefighting camp for girls, which is unique. My guests are Jami, Salvio, and Denee Nichols from the fire department. Welcome.
Good morning.
I'm going to start out with, why do you guys do this? This is a huge commitment on your part to plan, organize, and staff a summer camp. Why?
Well, we do this so that we can introduce young girls to the career of firefighting. Girls may not think about firefighting when they're in high school. They may think that it's a man's job or a boy's job, so they don't even look into the experience for it. By us being able to offer this to them, we can show them what we do on an everyday.
Just that it's possible. I mean, when you think about when you were back in school and you went to career day and what things they had to offer and different things that you got to see and touch and experience. They didn't have all of the things that we offer now and show that women actually do those jobs, and these women can tell about their trials and tribulations and how they got to be where they are and what it takes to do those jobs.
Well, I mean, I do think that the stereotypes are lessening, but still, little girls, little boys think about being, pirates and cowboys, and then the modern day equivalent of that might be, firefighter and police officer or military, and military has made big inroads, I think, with women, and they're a bigger percentage of our fighting forces. So about how many of Hampton's firefighter medics are female, do you think?
About 9%.
It is pretty physically demanding.
Yes, ma'am.
Like, even I could have never done it. But what brought you into it? And you've been in for a while.
Yes, ma'am. Since 1993 is when I first went through the firefighting academy. And what brought me into it was just the interest in it. And I really wanted to see if I could do it. I didn't tell anybody.
Really?
Yeah, probably for the same reasons as a lot of folks. We just weren't quite sure, so we went out and then we did it. And then, of course, it's a huge sense of accomplishment. And so, of course, once that was all completed, then it was just like you just wanted to go run and tell everybody about it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and you've moved up in the ranks, so
yes, ma'am.
You're obviously staying.
Yes. Yeah, I love it. Once I got a taste of it, I knew that's what I wanted to do.
And what about you, Jami?
Well, I didn't come to this until later. I actually was married. My husband is a firefighter here in Hampton, and I like to schedule. I'm not going to lie, but I really...
It's not for everybody.
It's not.
But there's some advantages.
Yes, because we do work 24-hour shifts, and it's challenging with a family, but I knew I wanted the challenge. The physical challenge is what I was looking for. I had worked in a jewelry store for 13 years before coming here, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to see if I can do it, and if I can, then it's meant to be. And I went out there and I passed we have to take a physical agility test, and I passed it with 1 second to spare. And I said, it's time, the challenge is on. Mm-hmm. And I took it from there. And I hit some hurdles along the way, but here I am 8 years later.
And so your stories are kind of the models, I think, for these girls, because a lot of them may not really be considering firefighting as a career.
Correct.
Although after the week of camp, they might change their minds, and we all hope they do. But it is also just that putting yourself to the test, going out, trying to achieve something, having that kind of high adventure experience.
Yes, ma'am.
So what do you guys do at camp?
Well, like we said, we show them firefighting, so they get a chance to work with the hose lines. The first day, we introduce them to our turnout gear. So they each are issued.
Yeah, you have to speak, and so we all understand.
Our uniforms that we wear that protect us in the fire. So we introduce them to that.
Which weigh like how much?
I think after everything, it's 35 pounds. With the gear. Once you put your tank on, which is what we breathe with, it weighs more. Mm-hmm. But we introduce them to that. They each are assigned a set for the whole week that they keep and that they're responsible for. We introduce them to tying knots. We do ladders, fire extinguishers. We get to hook the hydrant. What am I forgetting?
So cool.
Search and rescue, they get to do search and rescue. We actually put them, blindfold them, or put them in a dark room, and we put a person, and they have to go hunt for them and drag them out. That seemed to be a really big thing last year. They loved that. That was the first year we actually introduced that to them. We get to...
Well, that has that sense of, you know, it is adventure and excitement and adrenaline, but it really what your career is about helping people and saving people.
Yes.
Oh,
And so that, you know, pulling people out has got that, I can see it now.
It takes
I
teamwork.
can feel it. Yes.
They have to work as a team in order to get, you know, to get the victims out. So they have to communicate, they have to talk, they have to touch, and you know, and like she said, they're in a dark room, and they have to get them out to safety in a lighted area, and they do actually feel a really good sense of accomplishment, you know, once they've done that. They also get things like, you know, CPR, friends and family CPR, first aid, so they learn about the medical side of what we do too.
Well, and Hampton is fairly different, and I think kind of a leader in this instance too, where you guys are both medics as well as firefighters.
Yes,
because most of the calls to you know, fire and rescue are medical calls.
Yes,
You get to fight fires, or you have to fight fires, I guess, depending on how you look at it, only about 10% of the time, maybe 15, 20, somewhere in there. I guess it depends a lot. But the medical part is a huge component of what you guys do.
Yes.
Does that also make it harder? Like, you have to be way cross-trained in so many different things.
Yes, ma'am. We have folks that excel at being a medic and can't make it as a firefighter, and vice versa. So yeah, it takes a special person to be able to do both.
But I can see that overlap and why it's important.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. And it's great because it comes to us using it not just for the patients that we go on. It could be the house fire that we're going to where we have victims that come out.
Right.
And they get the immediate care that they need. They're not having to wait on anyone.
They don't have to wait, right. That's so cool. Okay, so what else do we do?
Well, we have a couple confidence boosters that we do for the girls that we challenge them to. We have a 105-foot aerial ladder that we actually put up, and they get to climb the ladder. The last 2 years, we've had all of our girls do it.
I was going to ask, you know, it's a physical challenge climbing that many steps, but a lot of people have a little fear of heights.
We did.
And that's, you know, but
We did.
when you succeed, it is this huge feeling of, I
Oh
can
yeah,
do
they're
it.
super proud because she's up there at the top ready with the camera. So they get their photo taken when they make it to the top.
The best
and that's
part,
a big deal.
the best part is when they get to the top and they realize they have to go back down. They think they get to come to the top and cross
Climb
over.
yeah.
But they get
And
to
they're
go
done,
down.
but yeah, they gotta
we
go
did
back
have
down.
one girl last year that was really upset, was really scared, was crying. You know, we went over, we talked to her. We were like, you know, this is all we're doing is we're asking you to try it. You know, we're at camp, we're not saying I can't. That's what we're here to teach you. We don't say I can't, we say I will try. And we were very proud of her. She got on the ladder, and one of the firefighters that was there assisting us, because we have lots of help when we do things like this for safety. One of the firefighters that was there assisting us, he went up behind her, a couple rungs down, and followed her up. And she did go up halfway. She didn't go to the top, but she got on that ladder and she went up halfway and she attempted it. And that's all we ask. We ask that they give it, you know, it's a confidence, it's a challenge. We asked them to try the challenge, and she did. She accomplished it. So, but that same girl, there's another challenge that we give them, and that's rappelling off of a 6-story building. And that young lady had no problem rappelling out of the window of the 6-story building.
Cool.
She just was,
That sounds
the ladder
like
just
fun.
scared her. So, but yep. So, but we do, we rappel. And again, every girl did it last year. They loved it. They couldn't wait to do it again. So they started them out the 2nd story, and then they went to the top. And again, it's just
We kind of get everybody in there.
They do.
The camp counselors and everything.
Yes.
We
Yep.
get them to do that too.
Yeah.
Do you? See, that's the fun part.
They
That's-
like it too. The students like it too when they get, you know, because that's who they're spending their week with.
Yes.
You know, they get to get included, and they climb the ladder, and, you know, they do the rappelling.
And so let's talk about the counselors. You guys do this in coordination with the Girl Scouts.
Yes, ma'am.
And do they supply some of the team that helps the counselors, or how does that work exactly?
They send us at least 2 counselors, depending on how many girls. We have 25 girls registered this year, so we will most likely have 3 girls. 3 counselors with our girls. Because the way our camp is ran, we do a resident camp and we also do a day camp, so it's combined. This year we actually have 19 girls that are resident camp, so what that means is that they're actually going to stay at the Girl Scout camp, Camp Skimino in Williamsburg, and they will be bused down to us every day. And the other 6 girls are day campers, so they will be dropped off and picked up by their parents every day.
That's cool.
So
and you were saying they don't have to start out as a Girl Scout in order to do this.
No, ma'am.
You do join and
Yes.
you're a part of it, but you don't have to be a troop. You don't have to necessarily be in the whole Girl Scout,
Right.
for life
Right.
kind of a thing.
The Girl Scouts have been great because they register as a Girl Scout, and then the Girl Scouts actually handle all of our registration for us. So another good thing with the Girl Scouts is that the Girl Scouts can offer financial aid for anybody that may need some assistance for camp.
That is
So,
wonderful.
yes.
Yeah,
So-
that way we get all kinds of folks coming to camp.
Yes. Sorry.
ahead.
We had a girl for the last 2 years that actually came from the Ukraine to come to camp. She's not with us
Yep.
this year. I did
Wow.
look, but
Yeah.
she
Her
has been with
parent-
us the
yeah.
last 2 years. They come to the States every year for camp. So.
So, and you guys are full for this year.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
we're really just highlighting what's out there, highlighting for girls this exists. But when you open up registration next spring, people need to jump on it, right?
You do.
Yes.
Registration opens, this year registration opened on February 9th, and the last year within 9 days we were full. This year it did take a little bit longer. I think we were like 3 weeks before we were completely full. But yes, if they're going to register, they need to, as soon as it comes out, they need to jump on registration. So it goes fast.
So you also said that you expose girls not just to firefighting as a career, but to some of the other careers in which women are a little underrepresented.
Yes, ma'am. The last couple of years we've had the Coast Guard, and they will be back again this year. We have
So a rescue function. I mean, that
Yes.
ties in really well.
Last year, we actually got to take them to the Coast Guard base, and they were able to see the ships, the different size ships, the different things that they actually do in the Coast Guard. They explain the different jobs that are done. We also have the FBI, CSI, which is Crime Scene Investigators.
Very popular right now.
This year, we're really excited because we've partnered with Hampton Police. So they are actually going to spend a day with the girls doing different things like a active shooter drill, teaching internet safety, teaching self-defense.
Wow.
Just a day in the life of what they do as a police officer, because it gives them another career option. If the fire department's not what they're looking for, maybe the police department is. We have a different branch off of the fire department. We have some search and rescue. So we'll have a search and rescue dog and their trainers that'll come teach the girls that side where they can, the one girl that comes with us actually went out when they were searching for the girl out in Charlottesville. She actually went out there and helped with that. She brings Angel every year to us, so that is really neat. And the girls really like Angel. What else do we have? This year we're going to have the Air Force join us. We possibly have a member from the Navy, so we're going to branch out a little bit this year to the different branches of the military. We go to Riverside, and they get to meet a trauma doctor and see the trauma center.
So after the medics, take them to the hospital, you kind of follow that
Yes, ma'am.
process through a little bit.
So-
Well, that's so cool. Okay, so you need to do this for grown-up women. We need a chance too. It sounds like really
Yes, ma'am.
a great week.
So we do. We have a really good week. When they leave on Friday, they're tired.
I bet.
So we even have one night where the girls actually get to stay the night in the fire station. And they actually get up when the bell rings and go to the bay, put their gear on, and we all step back and let the fire trucks leave. In the instance that the fire trucks do not go out that night, then we have talked with communications and they ring the bells for us.
Oh, that's wonderful. So
yeah.
it's a real immersion kind of experience.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, thank you for doing this and for helping, the Hampton Fire Department recruit more women, which of course is part of your mission, but
Yes, ma'am.
for the profession to encourage girls and to be a part and to open up people's possibilities so that they all know, you can do it.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks for
Thank-
coming, and I look forward to seeing this year's camp.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
And thank you for watching. I hope if you know a young girl, remember this year is filled up, but this happens every year. And you can get her interested in non-traditional careers, or at least in challenging herself to maybe do some things she didn't know she could do. Thanks for watching.